In order for us to make sure that we have enough lumber mats ready to go in order to start the project, we have to award those contracts to lumber mills. And one of the things I'm really proud about is the fact that we've been able to award every one of the contracts to Maine-based lumber mills. I'm Thorn Dickinson. I'm the host of Clearing the Air. I'm incredibly excited about launching a program that's really about authentic conversations with Mainers about the environment based in their communities that they live. Adam Desrosiers is the lead transmission engineer on this project and responsible for the construction of both the transmission lines that are a main part of the project. Adam and I were the two people that started talking about the idea of how we can find enough Maine lumber mills to make sure that every mat that's produced and made for this project is built right here in Maine. And Adam then began the real hard legwork to go out there and make it known that we're looking for these opportunities.
So for this project, we had estimated we needed around 47,000 timber mats to support the construction of the project. We were able to award to about 7 different Maine businesses to build these mats with a total value of around $19 million in direct awards to Maine businesses. In total, there's around 12 different mills right now in the state of Maine building these mats for this project, which is, it covers a vast area of the state of Maine, and in total is around 150 employees working on building these mats for the project.
Yeah, it was great to see Justin's operation and to see all of his employees hard at work making mats, and I'm extremely excited to see the other matting companies. I'm on my way to Casco to meet with Red Mill Lumber and get a chance to meet Brent, and I'm looking forward to learning more from him and what this award has meant for his business.
Brent Pavarotti. I operate and own Red Mill Lumber here in Casco, Maine. I bought the business in 2013 and been here almost every day since. About 2 years ago, we changed over from what we used to do as a sawmill and started focusing more on the timber mats, and it's kind of gone from there.
Well, these timber mats are a key component of the transmission line construction. They're put in place to protect the environment and create temporary roads in the right-of-way to support the construction activities and the construction traffic.
So we just thought it was a unique opportunity to allow us to increase our productivity, and we feel it's going to be about 50%. This CMP project goes a long way to allow us to overhaul the mill, to grow our business, and I'm just proud to be a part of it. A project this big, I mean, it helps everyone. Pretty much every piece of wood that comes through here serves a purpose, whether it's the sawdust, the wood chips go to the pellet mills, the firewood heats people's homes, and this is all part of this project. You know, we use every little bit of it, but the end result is it all gets used, and very little goes to waste.
I've been working on this project for a long time, and to be able to get out and interact with fellow Mainers throughout the state that are really going to be positively affected by this job, and that, like here today at the lumber mills, I love getting out and hearing how excited the people are to be able to chip in on a project that is really important for the state. These are the first signs of how important this project is for Maine. Like in Brent's case, he's just a hard-working guy that's trying to make a go at a business and see what he can do. And it was discouraging to hear that he had got a number of nasty phone calls from people, and just because he was associated with the project. And here's a hard-working Mainer trying to make a business and make it work. And unfortunately, some people called him up and threatened him on the phone. And from my perspective, he's just a guy trying to make a go at a business. And this is a project that really gives him the ability to move his business to the next level and be successful. I'm excited to head up to Glidden Mats and meet with Peter Glidden. The last time I saw him was a breakfast meeting where he had a chance to speak amongst others about the project and its benefits.
I didn't really expect to be all suit and tie, and when I walked into my Carhartts and my Red Wing boots, I was a little in awe there for a minute. And then when you put me at the podium there to sit beside you, and I was like, I don't know what I'm in for. Well, we got through it. We got through it.
I'm here on behalf of the logging industry, the forest products industry. It's a great market, and people are really appreciative, and we're getting a lot of support from it in having this market. And we're here to help, and we really appreciate it.
So traditionally, when we have a project like this, I mean, the mats are always usually provided by the transmission line contractor. In this case, we saw an opportunity to get out ahead of the construction process and sole source or purchase direct these mats from these local Maine mat building companies.
We've been in the mat business about 15 years, 14 years, something like that. We've been in sawmill business for 15 years. We started out doing, my dad and I doing wide pine flooring. Yeah, we're all hands-on. I'll jump in the loader, Nick jump in the loader. We work right side by side with the guys. The mat business is 99% of what we do. And honestly, that's all I ever want to do. It's fun work.
I'm Nick Kennedy. I live right close to the mill in Parkman, Maine. I've been Pete's mill manager for about 1.5 years now. With the equipment this contract allows us to bring in, it will make it easier on the guys we have. This is hard work, so whatever we can do to make things flow easier is wonderful. I think these projects are wonderful for the whole entire state. This is going to be amazing for us and other mat manufacturers. It trickles down to everything, restaurants, housing, you name it.
What does that award like this then do? Is it just gives you a little bit more volume, a little bit?
This award, to us, honestly, it's putting more new equipment in here that we're comfortable with, and so we're set for the future. We won't have to update anything for a long time with the contract we have with you.
Yeah.
Which is tremendous. These guys, they love cutting mat logs. It's easy, and that's why the volumes are good. And
Great.
speaking of that, there's a load of them right there.
We'll be in their way here?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go to work. I'm gonna have to unload them.
All right. At Peter's Mill, I got to see an operation that's been running well over a decade, and we got to see a very well-established process of making the mats, but also got to learn about the additional improvements and the additional investments they're making in their mill as a result of this award. I'm on my way up to Sunset Mats in Milford, Maine. Very excited to meet the whole family there that is a recipient of one of our awards.
Oh, we're very family oriented, and my father built this business. He started in 1974 and built it up. And my mother, she does all the paperwork, which doesn't sound like much, but it's a lot. She does a lot of the paperwork. My sister does some paperwork, and my brother does the trucking for us. And it's basically a big family business. The guys that we have working here, they've been here with us for so long, they're just like family. Anybody that works with us, even the ones doing the bus driving, it's more like a family than it is just a place of employment.
When you started this, how many mats were you able to produce in a period of time?
Well, we could do over 100 a week easily, but getting this contract allowed us to get the building. We also have another sawmill that will be coming here as well, as a debarker too. The one that's coming is about 3 times as fast.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so that's it's going to be a big boost. And when we get the debarker, the bark's going to be going to a biomass plant that we've already been talking to, so that's going to get burned as well to make energy. So we're just, nothing will be wasted.
Great. And so, you know, it will take you some time to fill this order, but having made that investment going forward, what does it mean for you now as a business now that you've
Well,
made
if we can grow. That's the biggest thing, we can grow from this. And for us, it means that we've got to buy that mill and the debarker, because we would have never pulled the trigger on that without it. It would not have happened. There's too many unknowns. And with this, it's something that's for sure, and I'm excited about that. And so aren't the guys, they really are. And to be able to hopefully hire another 4 or 5 good guys with this crew is going to be great.
It's great to see the excitement in these people's faces when you come to them with these large contracts for a huge amount of timber mats that they can commit to their employees for multiple months. It's not these small orders that they're typically used to getting. It's many, many thousands of mats that keeps them working for a large period of time.
When I started this road of this project, when it was just a few engineers sitting around a table thinking about ideas to bring new renewable energy into Maine and into New England, I never really thought about the important role that matting would play in this. And this whole portion of my adventure has been incredibly rewarding, because even though on a scale of this project, this portion of it, the matting, is a relatively small part, it's been incredibly gratifying to see how big of an impact it's had for all these businesses, for the employees that work here, and for the community around them.